And lastly, this week's belief changer was a lady called Natasha Short. She is an Aboriginal lady from the Kimberly region, northwestern Australia, so north of Perth, over in West Australia. Really cool to hear from her. I used to live in Karratha, which is also northwest of Australia, and that was before I had children. Absolutely loved it over there. The red dirt, the people, the warm air, the money, it was definitely a place where we worked hard and partied harder. So very awesome memories banked from those times. But anyway, Natasha is a native or First Nations entrepreneur from Australia, successful at what she does. She talked about colonization and how it has affected, or the long-term effects of colonization and the generational trauma that it has left her people, her community, that being the Aboriginal community, and how they just are not very what did she talk? She talked about the numbers. So the numbers of First Nations that are in business in Australia are very low. For example, something like 50% in the region is Aboriginal, 50% white Australian, but only like under 10% of them are in business. So you can, and the other 90 are obviously Australian. So that just kind of gives a little bit of insight as to, to the economic activity for First Nations here in Australia. So her business is basically a group of Indigenous women that come together to empower their community through mentoring, through personal and professional development, empowerment programs, bridging them into business or into work. And she is just, her plan is to rise above and take her people with her. So, awesome kōrero, a heart for the people. And my biggest take from Natasha Short, would be do something that you're passionate about. And if you can't figure out if you're passionate about that thing, it is something that you would continue to do even if you had 10 million in the bank. What is that thing that you would still do if you had all the money in the bank? So good insight, something to think about, ponder on. Would you still be doing what you're doing right now if you had 10 mil in the bank?